you start getting on certain communities' bad side, bro. And it's just like, it's not the same as the type of thing you be doing to niggas, bro. It's not the same. I don't know if it's painfully obvious or not. I think this shit is hilarious. Like, I think this shit is funny as fuck. Usually I would try to have, like, some kind of article or something to, like, you feel me, reference. And that way, if it's some bad information, it's not coming straight from me. But, nah, I don't give a fuck, for real, for real. Usually I would try to, like, I keep saying usually, like I do this a lot. I'd be trying to start it off with, well, you know, my condolences. I hope everybody's safe. I hope the child, and like, fuck no. That shit's funny. And he put it on camera because he fucking knew it was funny. Like, I understand, oh, you a rich black man. Blase. You know, let me start from the beginning. Made a baby with a singer. Dani Leigh. I don't know if that's short for Danielle or not. I'm gonna call her Dani. Like Danny Phantom. But yeah, him and Shorty made a baby. From my perspective, she kind of came out of nowhere in that narrative. I know that I'm not like an important person who needs to know what's going on, but I'm just personally saying that 1 second DaBaby had a baby mama who I ain't really know a lot about. I just knew she existed because that's how babies come here. You feel me? And then there was a fiasco with B. Simone, which I thought was kind of a publicity stunt. But what I want to talk about is, first things first. I be feeling like I'm watching situations and I'm seeing something different than what everybody else is seeing. Like, I'm looking at, I be, a lot of times when I speak on shit, I'm really speaking on the narratives surrounding around it. Like, I don't be all the way invested in things that be happening. I more so be caring about how society reacts to things that happen, because that's what is actually relevant to me. You feel me? But anyway, I'm looking at all the narratives and shit surrounding around the situation, and I'm wondering. I'm like, am I the only person who watched this video that's been going viral? These 2 videos been going viral, whatever. First things first. Everybody's saying, oh, he's so disrespectful. He don't care about her. Toxic niggas like myself is taking advantage of the opportunity to jump in and be like, see, shorties, that's what happened when y'all be dealing with these rappers. They don't really be caring about y'all. Y'all just be wanting their money. They just be wanting y'all pussy. Point blank, period. And y'all can't tell that he like her? Y'all can't. It just... have you ever had a conversation with somebody who you really ain't give a fuck about? Like, compare that to somebody who you do give a fuck about, but you're trying to appear to not give a fuck about. And which one sounds more like, which one aligns more with DaBaby's actions and his behaviors and all that type of shit? Like, bro, first of all, obviously they've had like more in-depth conversations than just surface level. Can I have some money? Can I nut in you? Like, you that's painfully obvious from looking at it. And it's like, bro, you don't push somebody buttons when you don't give a fuck about them. If you really just wanted Shorty to clear and you really never want to talk to her again and just have a, like, you feel me, baby mama, baby daddy relationship, I don't like you and I got you put, like, you nutted in her and made a baby already. If you don't like her, mission accomplished, bro. There's no more that you could do. It's time to come home. But that's not the case. That's not the case. Like, this man sitting here, he poking a bear. You could damn near even see them blushing a little bit. Like, you know, that's how, like, they are. Like, well, I can't say you know, but looking at it, that's what it looks like. It looks like a toxic ass, like, you feel me, a lot of fun. But, like, that's just my opinion. Like, you feel me? I guess I should have started the whole thing by saying I'm just some nigga. Like, I don't know these people, but these are just my observations. And it's like I'm seeing a lot of shorties turn on DaBaby. First that you feel me, the thing at Rolling Loud, the comments at Rolling Loud was just not a good look. But this nigga got the CEO of the LGBTQ community. All right, let me not be ignorant. He got the CEO of an LGBTQ organization in order to say that DaBaby's learned. He's grown from the situation. This is that and the third, you feel me? not knowing that he was just gonna go to another very similar group of people and piss them the fuck off not too much later. And I, for one, think that is fucking hilarious. I think that's fucking hilarious. And then, this young woman, I don't know if she's a young woman or an old woman, or I'm assuming she's about the same age as him, like 30. But anyway, this lady's brother, he decided that he want to clout chase the situation a little bit. Now, here's what I personally think. I was really determined to be on his side because I love a good fisticuffs. I love it when a nigga could be like, yeah, fuck it, let's just bump. Like, that gets so much respect, especially in this public sphere where it's so much cooler to be like, bro, I'd really like pay somebody to up on you. Just to be like, bro, Eric, I don't care if people watch, I don't care if people don't watch. I need hands with you. I want so bad to respect him as that type of nigga in this situation. You feel me? He said it wasn't about, and even in that, he's saying it's not about his sister, and I could tell that, like, you feel me? Back to like the toxic flirtation that occurred on live between DaBaby and this shorty. I could tell in the midst of that like, you feel me? He knew some family information, and he kind of went to implying and poking at some shit, trying to get to her without necessarily like putting everything out. But like, that only affects her because she's a part of her family. Hold on real quick. That only affects her because she's a part of her family, so she understands what he's really speaking on. Whereas, like, you feel me, we don't. But then her brother, you feel me, he also knows whatever it is that DaBaby's sitting here putting out on live and shit while he going back and forth with cuz sister or whatever. But yeah, nah, I can't support it though. And it's like, I want to so bad. I want to because of all the aforementioned reasons, but it's just like, bro, the way that bro went about it was just so corny, bro. Like, first of all, I need for niggas who do this clout chasing thing, take a little bit of advice from me, bro. Do something and then pay somebody else to broadcast that you did this thing. Send DaBaby a DM, right? Send him a DM, screenshot it, then send it to one of your peoples or something like that. I don't know. Maybe, like, the same group of people who realize, damn, you screenshotted that shit, you was clout chasing, you feel me? Those same people, they realize that you clout chasing now, but there's a few people who realize you clout chasing now that in that moment are just like, oh, you a tough guy. Yeah, he went to check DaBaby. Kind of like Tory Lanez did with Travis Scott. Yeah, exactly. Like, you feel me? Like, do whatever you got to do, all that wolfing and shit. Make sure some way for it to get out. And then do what you got to do to make that shit get out so you can make your point. But, like, it makes you look kind of clownish when you go about it that way. Like, you was really sitting there, like, you feel me, angry with a phone, talking to it. It's like you ain't had no way to link this nigga. Like, I would have respected it more if you came out and you said, oh, I just invited DaBaby to fight. If you feel me, if you did it personally and then put it out that you did it, you feel me? It just the whole idea of like watching you standing there looking like Ludacris, inviting this man to bump via social media when it's like, bro, he nutted in your sister and she kept it. You don't have a way to get his number? I done kind of got off topic though. My point is that this whole situation is a fucking mess. And usually I don't laugh at people's messes because people's lives be like serious to them and shit like that. But I think what's so funny to me, and call me better, he gonna get so many more bitches after this. He's gonna get so many more bitches, and she gonna turn down so many good niggas. Like the status quo ain't finna change, and I think that's just why I decided to see the humor in it. Cause it's like, bro, y'all are fucking ridiculous. And okay, so there's one thing that I didn't see a lot of humor in. It was mad unsettling to me. Between her mom, her brother, all their comments was, oh, I wanted to make sure that she was safe, or that in her case that I was safe before I whoop, this, that, and the third. My nigga, you was on camera the whole time and we know that you were safe. Nobody was threatening you. There was, and it's just like, it's like she been trying to subtly push like narratives. Cause she knows that like certain trigger words, people just will take them and run with them. You feel me? They won't sit down and be like, let me put some thought into what the fuck she's actually saying, like holistically. They're just gonna be like, oh, she said that she wanted to make sure she was safe. He must have been putting her in danger. Da, 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 da. You feel me? Just like in the midst of the argument, she tried her best. She tried her best to get the narrative across that, oh, he don't take care of his kid. He don't be around. Da, 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 da. But then when Shorty was standing right there and was like, he is a good father, there was just, you feel me? Like when it came time to address it directly, it was like, all right, it's not the situation that I was trying to make it out to be. You feel me? And that's the same way that I feel about this safe shit. It's like everybody's saying they wanted to make sure she was safe. This man literally took out his phone and put a camera on him and her for a 6-digit number of people to watch the entire altercation. He called the police. This nigga, a rapper who has shot people, called the police. I'm not saying that he was in danger because I think a lot of that was him like poking at her. Even though, like, he was technically right, but that's how you poke at people the best, when it's like, yeah, it is probably more intelligent for him to have his phone out just in case she was to say that he did something to her or whatever the case may be. But, nigga, that's not why you took your phone out. You took your phone out because you care about this girl and you wanted to make her upset because she did something that made you upset, whatever it may be. There's a rumor out that, like, apparently he nutted in her and she tried to take a plan B and that got to him. But, like, the only reason why I would even, like, entertain that enough to bring it up is because, like, bro, look at them. He obviously fucking likes this girl. Damn, my lighter going out. But nah, so that whole safe shit. So it's just like, why is everybody like, oh, I wanted to make sure that she was safe before I this, that, and that. This man asked her to leave and then did not put his hands on her. When it was all said and done, she was the one who got the charge, which, you feel me? I don't want to applaud the legal system because they didn't just come in and automatically, innately assume that the guy was wrong and shit like that. But at the same time, I don't know that I'm necessarily a fan of weaponizing the legal system. And like I said, I don't personally believe that he felt like he was in danger or like his security was at risk or anything of that nature. Like, I feel like the best, like, thing that he really probably felt that he needed to get a hold on was making sure that he had evidence he didn't do anything before his calling the police. I think that was just a part of him poking the bear because he wanted to upset the bear because the bear upset him. But that being said, I only bring up the fact that she's the one who got charges to say that, like, yo, she was the one being aggressive. She was animated and things of that nature. She was the only one who got physical in any way, shape, or form from what I saw on live, which I assume that that's what people mean when they say that's why he went live, because now there's mad people who could say, yeah, like, I didn't see him do any of the wild shit that guys get accused of when they get in arguments with women. But that being said though, it's just so I could see the subtle, like, you feel me, implications and the trying to push a narrative in one way, shape, or form in this direction or in that direction, and stuff like, oh, I wanted to make sure that she was safe. Like, she said he walked in and said, y'all gotta go. And she was like, no, I'm not leaving your house. Which, I just don't think women really grasp, like, I'm going to leave that for a different day. I'm not going to leave for a different day. I'm probably going to redress that point at a later moment. He asked her to leave his house. And then she was like, inquisitive, as you would imagine, at somebody just being asked to leave, you feel me, what they think is their home. And he's like, according to her, he'll put her in a hotel or yada, yada, yada. You just got to leave here. And she like, no, this is our da-da-da-da-da, this is my baby's house, I'm with my baby, blah, blah, blah. All you, like, but, like, how does that translate? How does I'll put you in a 5-star hotel, you just can't be at my house, followed by absolutely no physical anything, as well as an audience of thousands? How does that equate to I had to make sure that she was safe? And that's how they all started the shit. She wasn't on the phone with her mom or nothing like that in this situation. She wasn't on the phone with her brother. If you really wanted it, bro, you could have came to the East Coast. Like, I don't know how many people that aren't famous, like, summon celebrities and celebrities show up and do anything for them. Even if it is a physical altercation. Like, bro, if I'm the baby, I'm going to just call somebody in LA to do you. You feel me? Which I understand that's really hypocritical for what I said about why I wanted to respect, bro. But, like, you got to have intelligence that that's the thing that could happen. You feel me? Like, if it's really like that, like, stand down on your shit. But this wasn't supposed to be a rant about him or the mom and the claims of safety. I really wanted to talk about why I thought the shit was funny. But I can't never just stay on positive topics. I always gotta, like, transition into, like, something that I think is a world issue, or, like, you feel me, a social issue. Am I a social justice warrior? I'm a social justice warrior. Anyway, though, so what I didn't know that I think is ridiculous, because I didn't watch this situation unfold in real time. I caught up later on. Those 2 live videos happened on 2 different days. Like, they got in this altercation when he was asking her to leave, and then she fucking didn't. She didn't. And then the next day, as he's explaining to his Instagram live why that altercation the night before happened, she popped back up, and then that's when he called the police the next morning. Why are bitches mad? Realistically speaking, what are bitches mad about? Could a nigga wanted to go get some coochie? Niggas go get, like, that is, I'm not rich, I'm not famous. I be fucking from time to time, but I don't have my choice of Instagram models throwing panties at me. If I did, though, it would take a lot. It would take a lot to make me just stay with one. And I don't know that baby is enough of a lot. That baby's enough to keep me connected to you as far as taking care of my child. But as far as a monogamous romantic relationship, it's a lot of women out here that are undertaking a heavy task, and I don't think they quite understand it. And it's like, bitches be thinking niggas is dumb. Niggas not dumb. This nigga's gonna be like, yo, you bad as fuck, and you want to get married to me and have my babies. I'm finna nutting you as many times as I can and then going about my business. And it's like, damn, that's really fucked up. But it's like, you kind of got to be aware of the situations that you're, like, the situations of power that you be leaving people in. Like, it be the same way with these niggas that be out here trying to complain about shorties finessing them for bread, whoop, 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 this, that, and the third. Like, if my dog come to me and be like, yeah, he just spent $1,000 on the bitch, and then she gave him a handshake and went home in her house and locked the door, I would be like, bro, after the first 75, you wasn't starting to get vibes that maybe she wasn't on the same shit that you was on? Oh, no, she was real convincing. She was making me think, dude, she was saying this, that, and the third. Bro, I don't believe that you can dismiss your accountability because of discretion. Like, I think you should have been able to tell. I'll give another example. This Brittany Renner situation. I haven't said anything about it, like, really publicly, but that shit fucking blows mine. What blows mine the most is this nigga PJ was, like, literally 18 years old and broke when we know she started trying to bag him. This nigga's 18 years old, and it's like, yeah, you know you're going to the NBA, but it's one thing to look at these $1 million NBA contracts and be like, oh, I'm going to have one of those, and to legitimately have an NBA contract. It's one thing to be like, yo, I'm living in a college dorm room, broke as hell, knowing I'm going to have millions of dollars, but I never had millions of dollars before, and being a nigga who has millions of dollars. These are they're two different frames of thinking. So this bitch, who's rich already and famous for a long time before she met him, convinces this nigga that she likes him. This 18-year-old kid, looking at, he probably used to beat his dick to this bitch when he was in middle school. Like, no cap. Like, and she sit here try to bag him, and he was just supposed to know, oh man, nah, she's just finessing me. She will literally let me nut in her, get pregnant, have a whole goddamn baby, and then move on. He was just supposed to know that. And I'm a grown ass man. I would be able to look at that situation and be like, I done been played with a lot of times to know that I'm being played with. I've seen so many dynamics play out, but I'm talking about an 18-year-old that don't got a lot of cash. Just he's not just a regular guy because he's going in the first round. But this nigga wasn't a number 1 or number 2 pick. And those are the ones who really be clouded. Before the draft, ask who's 8th, 9th on the draft board. That's still mad high in the draft. Most people aren't running behind them for autographs 24/7 like how they was doing LaMelo or Cade or some shit like that. You feel me? Like, when it comes to these 18-year-old kids, there's not a whole heap of them that just should have that acumen, like a LaMelo Ball. That was a really good example, who had fucking older brother already in the league, dad famous, been famous since he was fucking, who knows, had women like that, been throwing they coochie at him from a young age. We talking about this nigga PJ Washington. This nigga, I didn't really know I'm a fan of basketball, and I didn't know that he stood out from any other fucking regular ass NBA player until I started hearing all this shit. Now he's relevant in the news. But like, this guy isn't no LeBron James that should have just been able to pick out a fucking you feel me, a Brittany Renner in a dark room, you feel me? But everybody looked at this nigga PJ and was like, oh, it's your fault. You shouldn't do better. You should know how these types of women are. She an Instagram thought. She's been out publicly bragging about being this type of da-da-da. You've seen this situation play out before. You've seen da-da-da-da-da. She wrote a book, da-da-da-da-da. But that's how we feel about this 18-year-old little nigga. But then when it comes to this grown woman who's already in the industry, some people knew who the fuck she was. Like, for real, like, was a fan of her music. She had a career bubbling already at the time when she met DaBaby. But still, it's like, she wasn't supposed to know, hey, this is what happens when I deal with rappers who have violent pasts, who have other baby mothers and still, who has another baby mother and still be out, you feel me, with mad bitches. It's like, he talks about it in his music. He made an album or 2 or 3. Literally, when him and his baby mama first broke up, if you listen to his next album that came out after that, bro, there's so much shit that is just like, I'm telling you the type of nigga I am, the type of nigga I'm finna be. But like, she could listen to this rap music and all she hears, damn, he probably got paid a lot for this shit. We'd probably be a fire-ass couple. And it's just like that. There's no accountability that should be held to her. Like, goddamn, like, I guarantee you there's 1,000 men who approached her in some way, shape, or form that would treat her good. I'm not saying that she should have been with all of them. I'm not saying all of them was worth her time, but this idea that she just had to go be with DaBaby, and that now what he's doing is him taking advantage of her and not taking advantage of a situation that was created, and I'm not going to say probably accelerated by her, but the both of them were involved in getting down, you feel me? And they both had what they wanted. But we're supposed to feel sorry for her and not PJ. If we could feel sorry for PJ, then I'll feel bad for her. But as long as, you feel me, nobody's out here saying what Brittany did to PJ was fucking wrong, to do that to a kid. I'm not gonna say that this situation with Dani and DaBaby's wrong. And I'm not gonna dwell on the PJ situation. I'm not gonna do it. I think it's funny though that like when she was out talking greasy about niggas and all this type of shit, there was mad female support behind her when she was literally taking advantage of this 18, 19-year-old. Like, she got pregnant, got married, and then got divorced without fucking telling a nigga in a mad short. Like, all of that shit is championed by shorties. But when she went to fucking, what was that, Georgia State campus, took a picture and was like, hide your sons, that's when she crossed the line. I was like, okay, you're being mad cringy now. And I have this theory that the reason why that didn't hit is because she wasn't talking to niggas when she said that. She wasn't talking to dads saying hide your sons. She wasn't talking to the sons saying hide yourselves. She was talking to moms. She was addressing women. Her toxic behavior had started to become something that now she's addressing it to women. Now these women have to think about their sons being in these situations. Now it's too far. This is a funny world we live in.